That'd be a thing for you, wouldn't it? An Andrew WK musical theatre performance, like where they do, like, I don't know, take his songs and make a story out of it. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Carl and Brendan here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Live, gbhblofficial.com for sure. And you might be wondering why there's suddenly a slew of Andrew WK reactions. It's because at the moment I have been slamming You're Not Alone, the album from 2018. For some reason, I've gone back to this and found myself re-enjoying it in ways that I did the first time, but I'm really, really enjoying again at the moment. That is an album that's got some absolutely bangers. It is one of the most positive pieces of music I've ever heard in my entire life, and it constantly fills me with light, even though I don't love everything in the album. A lot of tracks I do like it. In fact, we did a reaction to the final track in it, which was the title track. I don't know if you remember that. The sort of weird neon one. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I remember it.
I wanted to go back to that album and I wanted to kind of pick one of the other tracks that I really, really like on it. And I came up with this Party Never Dies. Part of the reason is because this track's a little more famous, if you know it. And that's because it was featured in the Bill and Ted 3 trailer when that was first released. This song was used. Yeah.
It didn't register with me. I don't think I know the song. I have seen Bill and Ted 3, so...
Well, I don't know if I ever saw the trailer. That's the thing. So I've seen the
true.
film too, but I don't know if I ever saw the actual trailer when it was used. I don't remember it featuring in the film, so I don't think it was used. It might have just been for the trailer. But also, this one has caused a little bit of, not confusion, but debate about the lyrical content, because it almost takes a religious stand and it's quite open for interpretation, with some sort of looking at as maybe an analogy for humanity, and particularly the flaws and the good and the bad of what comes along, particularly as, of course, Andrew WK has never really touched upon religion. So while the initial lyrics, I remember thinking, huh, that's weird, I don't actually think it's quite what we think it is in that sense. But it is ultimately this. It is just fucking super upbeat and super, super lovely to hear. And that's kind of why I wanted to touch upon it, because I don't know how familiar you are with this album overall, but I kind of love it so much, I kind of want others to love it.
Well, I'm more familiar with it because you keep playing stuff from it.
So
it's working in that degree. I don't know, like, that's the thing. I know like a handful of Andrew WK songs, but I couldn't place them on an album or anything like that. For all I know, they could all be from this album, or none of them could be from this album.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know his catalog. I just know a handful of songs.
But we know what songs you do know. Basically, it's the ones we try to actively avoid.
Those and the ones that you played are the ones that I know.
Okay, then. Right, let's add this one to the list and do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Doesn't hang around, gets in and gets out. That one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's over very quickly. I was quite disappointed when it ended. To be honest, I was quite enjoying
Okay.
listening to it.
Ah,
It's very easy to listen to, isn't it?
it
You know, like
is.
all elements of the stuff that you've played from him, whether I always like it or not. He's I like his voice. I like what he does with the music because I
Mm.
think there's quite a lot of psychology to the way that he puts these things together. Just my opinion, but I feel like there are certain things that he does which are naturally gonna uplift you. I guess it's different for different people, right? You know, so maybe that's not a blanket statement for everybody. But I was thinking there, and that's why I was on my keyboard quickly because I was just trying to quickly
Oh
think
yeah.
right. But like whether there's like any sort of psychology behind this stuff and like the way that a note might be laid out, like as in if it lifts up at the end, does it make you feel better? And if it goes down, like that sort of thing. And it had that kind of
Yeah.
it had that running theme throughout where it has that sort of I don't know what it is because it wasn't quite like a guitar noise, but it's in the background. It goes dun dun dun
Yep.
dun like that in the background behind all of it before the kind of more bell sort of like did it like instrumentation came in over the top of it. And I was trying to like because it was such an appealing noise to listen to. I was really enjoying it. Like it's such a simple thing, and I was just like, I'm really enjoying this noise. And then I thought, like, had he just whatever did he caught me? He's captured me, he's tricked me.
He's got in your
He got me. And I
brain.
was like, oh, and that's why I was gonna Google it, but I think it'll take a bit more time to do like to research it properly. But like what I was finding like was that I read the lyrics. I don't have my own interpretation of it. I can see why some people might go, "Oh, is that about religion?" It can't be about religion per se because if people are saying it's the child is in what the baby Jesus, but then the stuff
Mm,
that he mentions in it have nothing to do with the story of Jesus. The
of
child
course.
Jesus was never torn between the black and white and wrong and right.
Yep.
He was always pure and holy and all that bollocks, wasn't he? So it's more likely to be. I fall more in the camp of it being representative of the child as a representation of something else,
Yep.
whether it's humanity or something else.
Yeah, that isn't it. It's a nice thought as well to kind of sort of see that wide open interpretation of what could potentially be
Yeah,
humanity.
and then yeah, so like obviously it's really difficult because like I'll be honest with you, I couldn't other than the obvious, yeah, drum beats and stuff like that. I wasn't entirely sure what instruments I was listening to. Do you know what I mean? Like there was
Mm,
that kind of sort of really high pitch, but it didn't sound like a guitar. It just sounded almost like
it's
like
keys.
is that what it is?
Yeah, like
And
synth and
then
keys.
so but I was enjoying every element of it, and I was just finding that all of the components were very were working in that. I was completely I was engaged. I was fully engaged, kind of maybe hypnotized. I don't know. To be honest with you. But enjoying it, and like really enjoying it, and feeling quite chilled and like whatnot. And then it ended, and I was just like
Yeah.
crashed back down to earth. That's why I was like,
Reality comes
oh,
screaming in.
that's the problem with positive music, isn't it? Positive music ends, and then you get up and go to work.
So one of the reasons why I picked this track out amongst the others, because one of the things I think this track has, that's on a lot of the songs on the album, but maybe more than this one, is I think this one has incredible cinematic and dramatic value as much as anything else. I started to picture this album and tracks like this as similar to like rock opera stuff in the
Mm.
sense that you have this Meatloaf-esque Bat Out of Hell style things. I'm not comparing the two, don't be silly people, of course, but I'm just saying that's the same sort of vibes I get where I'm like, okay, this feels like this could be a stage show. It's got cinematic value, there's
Yeah,
drama in it,
absolutely.
you
I agree
know?
with that. Yeah. Now you're saying that, like I can see the kind of musical theater in it.
Yeah,
I go to
yeah,
the theater reasonably often. We've seen quite a lot of shows there, and I can see that style kind of coming out. It's quite involving and engaging, and generally quite positive. So yeah, like it all sort of suits. That'd be a thing for you, wouldn't it? An Andrew WK musical theater performance, like where they do like I don't know, take his songs and make a story out of it. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't
there's a story there. He's such an enigmatic individual.
it?
You
Yeah.
know the story about whether or not he's actually been dead and been replaced by a body double, and it's insane stuff out there surrounding Andrew WK. I don't care about that. I just like no, like I like this album. Bear in mind, this is not me like, oh, big fan of Andrew WK's music. This album is different in the case, and I'm glad it's one that at least resonated with you, even if you're not entirely sure why. And like you've been hypnotized by it, and I need to read up and discover if
Oh
you've been
no,
tricked.
I know why I liked it. I liked it because it made me feel good. I just don't know how he did that. That's where I'm like, there's some sort of like in my head now. I've got like Pinky in the brain sitting behind the screen, like beaming those waves out on the monitor, and Andrew WK sitting in the middle of them, going, "Ha, we got another one, Pinky."
There you go. There's no better way to end this reaction video. You got any thoughts on the track? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?